There goes my shuttle. It was during the first week in November that I was finally able to get out on the river for an overnight trip. The 5th of November, Guy Fawkes Day. It was cold, for Florida anyway, and rainy. Good English weather. But I was feeling good. I had rain gear, and I was prepared. Funny enough, when I showed up at the Ockalwaha Canoe Outpost and Resort for my shuttle, one of the owners looked at me and asked me if I was crazy or brave. Well, I'm not too sure about the brave part. I might have been a little crazy. It was my first time out on Bella since I broke her back in September, and I was anxious to get her out. In my book, with a few exceptions, there's no such thing as inappropriate weather, just inappropriate gear. And while I definitely had the appropriate gear for a rainy day in Florida, it doesn't change the fact that on any other day, this weather would be described as miserable. No matter, I was ready. I was committed. I was excited. And my mantra for this trip quickly became, embrace the suck. And we're off. Going that way. I want to go look at the dam. Nah. It is currently 11:01, which means I made the time on the river that I wanted. It doesn't look like they're draining anything. So, first 10 miles, no current, all paddle power. Let's go! Alright, so you gotta see this. It's really cool. Alright, little pull off the side of the river, embankment, and then we're gonna walk up here real quick. Look at that. say goodbye to this view. Gorgeous. All right. Now I'm getting back on the river. Figured I'd go ahead and eat lunch here while I was here. It's a nice little place to stop. And now we're back on. I'm not checking the time. Check the time later. Gotta make some miles. Gotta get this 10 mile. I'm about 2 miles in. I gotta make it through this 10 miles before I stop for camp. Because if I time this out right, depending on where I stop, get up and do the Silver River in the morning. And then, yeah, alright, but gotta make time. Had lunch, don't need to stop, snacks in here, different gloves, because temperature's dropping, and wet hands and cooler weather. Not really something I want to experience. All right, onward. As I knocked out the miles, the paddle turned into a slog, mostly straight, few if any curves, no current, and a constant drizzle. The river was relaxing. The scenery was gorgeous. The temperature made it pleasant. The rain? Well, the rain made it tedious. Something else I learned this trip? Cold weather plus rain equals dead GoPro batteries. Alright, it is right about 3:25. I am 12 miles onto the day, and I still haven't reached the Silver River. I passed a bridge, which I think is the 40 bridge, and I've gone 6 miles in the rain since my battery died. And it's finally slackened up a bit, enough that I was comfortable changing the battery on the GoPro. Found a couple of places, couple of spots that would have done good for campsites. They've been used as campsites, and it was obvious they were used as campsites because people left a bunch of crap. And if my boat wasn't already full of stuff, I would have ended up spending like 15-20 minutes picking up all the shit that they left behind. And because I'm shooting for the confluence of the Silver and the Ockalwaha, which is what I'm on now, I'm going to keep going. And I should be getting there hopefully pretty soon. Let me see. Oh no, that was Highway 314. Highway 40's coming up though. Yeah, I'm not too far. I'm almost there. Alright. I want to get off the river by no later than 5. Sunset's like 6:40. I want to make sure I have time to check out the site, make sure there's no widowmakers, get everything set up before it gets dark. Because we're one day past the new moon, and it's cloudy. It has been raining all day. It's nice that it's not raining now. It is a little chilly though. I mean, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. So, yeah. I'm gonna start looking for a spot. I know there's a couple of spots that I was told about around the 40 bridge. Now that I know that that wasn't the 40 bridge, I don't feel so bad about continuing on. It was the first chance I've had since my battery died 6 or so miles ago that I've really had a chance to look up anything. Look up a GPS or a map or whatever. Yeah, about 10 miles. Lesson learned. It is a beautiful river. Embrace the suck. Silver River. Alright, so I'm not out of wet clothes yet, and I've been here, I don't know, probably about an hour. Wanted to make sure I got camp set up first. And I wanted to record it while I still had light, so stopped, I don't know, maybe a quarter mile back up on the other side of, I think it's Moss Bluff. There's a RV park there. So nothing there worked, but I did find this place, which is right off the river, right off a bend. Just come around, shoot right in, and there's a picnic table and a fire ring. As much as I would love a fire, I don't know if there's going to be anything that's dry enough that I can use, so I'll just have to suck it up and be not by a fire. Hammock setup. I don't think there's any chance of my PFD getting dry before the morning, so it's just gonna hang out there for now. Maybe when I get ready to turn in, I'll move it under the tarp so that maybe it can dry a little bit overnight. I'm not hopeful. Clean all this up, close hatches, put the cockpit seal on it so that stuff can stay dry. But yeah, I think the plan for tomorrow, okay, I don't know what's going on with the batteries, but they're crazy. The plan for tomorrow is to just keep going down the river. I don't think I'm going to go back up and do Silver Springs. I think we're just going to do the river, get done when we get done. 70% chance of rain tomorrow. If it's going to rain all day tomorrow, I don't know if I want to spend the night out again tomorrow night. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how I'm feeling in the morning. All right. Try this again. I don't know what's happening with my batteries. They're like dying really fast. I'll have like still green 50-60%, and then the next thing I know it's like 0 and dead. Anyways, so plan for tomorrow I think is just to keep going down the river. We'll see how long it takes to get to Gore's Landing. The map that they gave me I put in here, and it's essentially ruined at this point. Yeah, so it's not really going to do me much good. I know it's about 9 miles, according to them, about 9 miles from Gore's Landing to, let me put this down. So it's about, according to them, it's about 9 miles from Gore's Landing to their outpost. But I don't remember how long it's supposed to be from here to Gore's Landing. So maybe I can get this undone so I can look. But yeah, this map is done. And they say it's a splash pocket. That's exactly what they mean. It is not waterproof. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this open. I think it's like 10 miles. About 10 miles was what they said. I don't remember. I don't know. I know they have the map online. I can go and I can look it up. Because I have signal here. Maybe my batteries will do better tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Oh, I almost got it. I almost got it. Oh, I got it. Look at that. Alright. You can still read stuff on it, but... Oh yeah. I was wrong earlier. It's about 10 miles to that first bridge, which I hit at about a little over 11. So a mile off isn't too bad. And then it says another 3 miles to State Road 40. So about 14, 15 miles. Yeah, that sounds about right. And so it's 10 miles from here to Gore's Landing. And then another 9 to their outpost. So if I finish tomorrow, it's 19 miles, but I've got current. We'll see what the weather's like in the morning. If it's like rainy and nasty again, or looks like it's going to be rainy and nasty, I think I'm just going to do the 19 and go home. And then take a nice warm shower and all that. But this is done. And I'm going to start thinking about putting on some dry clothes. And then making dinner in a little bit. But it's 5:45 right now, and sunset's in about an hour. So I've only got about an hour of daylight left. And like I said before, it is the day after a new moon, so maybe there'll be a tiny, teeny bitty sliver of a moon if the moon rises tonight. But it's all overcast and cloudy anyways, it won't matter. It's gonna be pitch dark tonight. Or pitch black tonight. So I think it's gonna be an early night in. I did bring a book, so I'm gonna read in the hammock after dark, because definitely not gonna be wandering around and stuff, especially after I change. So yeah, embrace the suck, right? Right. Oh, it didn't record. Well, it is 8 o'clock, and I know the light here sucks. Actually, it's 8:04. You probably can't see me very well, but I'm sure you can still hear the rain patting on the tarp. And I'm being lazy and not getting up, because I know when I get up, I'm gonna be cold and wet. Yep. I said a bunch of stuff just like a minute ago, but apparently the GoPro wasn't recording, so it missed it. It was awesome skills on my part. Alright, embrace the suck, right? Let's get this day started. It was almost 10 before I finally set out from camp. Hot oatmeal for breakfast, but no coffee since I'd forgotten my hydro flask in the car. The rain had stopped and the river was quiet. The overcast sky and mist rising from the water gave the river a surreal feeling. Yesterday may have sucked because of the rain. Today would suck because of the lack of coffee. But the river, made it all worthwhile. Stopped for lunch at Coors Landing, an old steamboat landing from the days when the Ockalwaha was used for transportation before the railroad reached Ocala. While there, the shuttle driver and owner showed up to drop off a small group to paddle the 9 miles back to the outpost. After their launch, he offered to take me back. End my trip early. I declined. My head was hurting from the caffeine withdrawal, but I was no more miserable than I was yesterday. And this river, oh man, this river was proving to be one of, if not the, most beautiful stretch of water that I have paddled. There was no way I was quitting early. doing trips like this, you have to be prepared to push through some miserable circumstances. The only thing you can do is push on. While I have not been on many, this will be one of my more memorable trips. I didn't cover a very long distance overall, but the distance I did cover was in less than ideal weather. About a month after this trip, I would return to this river for an overnight with my brother. The weather would be perfect. Clear, sunny days and cool nights. But nothing will beat the feeling of paddling this river in the overcast, rainy conditions that I did here. The quiet intimacy of a nearly wild river with almost no one else around. Yes, the weather sucked and was objectively miserable. But it is only by embracing and pushing through that suck that you can ever hope to see and experience a river like this in conditions like this. And I would do it again in a heartbeat.